What is up, everyone? Ratholi here, and today we will be going over my Charge Blade build, pretty much showcasing it and the whole 9 yards. Charge Blade is probably one of my favorite weapons in Monster Hunter, and it's pretty nice to see how good it does in Monster Hunter Wilds. It definitely shreds not Gore Magala. I mean, yeah, Gore Magala too, but Gog Mazios at its third stage. Poor dude just eats it. But anyways, this build you can kind of mess around with, and it's kind of, how can I put it, with the Archean or Gog weapon, whatever you want to call it. You can switch the set bonus skills around to what fits your needs. So for example, if you want Gore Magala's Tyranny on the weapon, I would recommend that, because you can get rid of the Gore Van Braces B or whatever Gore arms you have on. You can get rid of that and slap on Gog Mazios's arms instead. You would get level 2 maximum might and level 1 agitator, and you can play around with the deco slots you have there, which you'd most likely be going for coalescence and some other decos. But yeah, so as far as the weapon, I have Gogmapocalypse. I feel like I butchered that word, but yep, this is what we have for the active skills. Now, if you really want to, you can get scale layering as your second active skill, which will pretty much give you that, but it's not really necessary, because all it does is reduce the stamina consumed, but your health has to be at 40% or below. And let's see, go back to the weapon. So reinforcement bonuses. RNG doesn't like me. I'm basically a black cat, but for your reinforcement bonuses, I would recommend 4 element and 1 sharpness. Now, super hard to get, okay? Because you got to spend a lot of materials just to get what you're exactly looking for. Now I am going element focus and attack infusion. So when you're making the weapon, make sure it's attack, and when you're going for the focus, make sure it's element. That'll help out a lot. And as far as skills, we have offensive guard, fire attack, power prolonger, rapid morph, load shells, which is really important, because Charge Blade benefits so much. I mean, so much from load shells, it is ridiculous. Peak performance, burst, evade window, maximum might, coalescence, antivirus. These two mesh really well together, you'd be surprised. And constitution, ignore that, but it's in there. Elemental absorption, which is also, it can be abused. So the fact that you are running Gogmapocalypse level 4, you have a barrier. So you can technically take a elemental attack and abuse elemental absorption whenever you can or want to. We do have level 1 agitator, but I'm not really too focused on it, but we have it. Self-improvement and shock absorber. So when it comes to the level 1 slots, we have 3 that you can play around with. So physique, you can swap it out for whatever. Shockproof, if you feel like you're good in combat with other hunters and don't get staggered all that much, you can get rid of that. And growth, if you want to go for something else, by all means go for something else. There are just 3 level 1 deco slots that you can play with. So yeah, for my charm, it is very specific, but it has level 2 load shells, level 2 evade window, level 1 maximum might, and it has a level 2 deco slot, and it has as well another level 1 deco slot, and it's a rarity 6, so it's not no rarity 8 charm, and it's pretty good for what it is. Alright, so with that being said, my secondary weapon is just a hunting horn that has attack up L, and you could really go for a hunting horn with element attack boost, or whatever. You could stick with a hunting horn that does attack up L. It really doesn't matter, but since I'm focusing on element attack up, I'm not using a element attack of Hunting Horn, but I will be. But yeah, I pretty much just switched my Hunting Horn, pop my buffs, and swap back to my Charge Blade and go on with it pretty much. So it doesn't really matter what you're running for your Hunting Horn, whatever you prefer. So let's see, we have. I would say I would go for the Gore Magala, but I do not have the time for that. Yeah, I mean, we could do like Tempered Blangongo. Blangonga? I feel like I'm butchering the name. I know the monster's been out for fucking ages, but there's just some I can't pronounce at all. Alright.
May have supplies that will be useful for the quest. That's our target.
Okay, let's go ahead and switch. I accidentally removed my mantle, that's so funny. I mean, it's not really funny, but it sort of is. Already enraged. Go ahead and get that. We have elemental absorption that pops. I accidentally popped it, but that's fine. See if I can knock him down. Nice. And that should be a kill. Yep. Alright. Now, I know it's not like Gore Magala, you know, 9-star or anything special like that, but and that's kind of like the point of the showcase of the video. But if y'all do want me to hunt like 9-star or whatever, we can easily do that. But I want to keep the video as short as possible. So anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed. Please leave a like, subscribe for more, and tell me down in the comments below what you think of the build. And yeah, that being said, I will see y'all in the next video. Hope y'all enjoyed.